You know, when God gives you an assignment, sometimes that can be a difficult task. Really, it can. You fight against it, but it pulls at you. And if you don't do it, it's like you're being disobedient. Because I have one. You know, he want me to wake people up to certain things, even things in the Bible. And I'm like, Father, really, the conversation I had, like, Father, these are people who really think that Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt. Like, what can I say to these people? They are truly spellbound, you know, but God, I say to you that it's bigger than you, you know? Just put the word out, and that's all you need to do. But you know, with me, not only am I being disobedient in that, I'm being disobedient in doing the things that I need to do to prosper me in my personal life. But still, the love I have for my people and my Father, I must be obedient, you know? It's bigger than me. Today, you know, what I'm going to speak about, I don't have my tripod out here. So, and I didn't intend to do this at this time, but I said, I'll speak about this. Short but sweet. You have to really be careful with what you give your power to. For an example, Samson in the Bible. His power derived from his hair. That's what the Bible said. He got his strength from his hair. And when his hair was cut, he lost his strength and he lost certain battles. Eventually, supposedly, he grew it back and unalive himself and other people. But the thing is, that could be somewhat, some of these things are mystical, like, really. It can be parables. You just have to make sense out of. Like, what can I learn from that? Because who really has strength from their hair, right? Your strength is within you. So because he believed that, he became weak when his hair was cut. Now, God said he couldn't cut his hair, but he didn't cut his hair. Somebody else's, his girl, whoever he was with, his wife, cut his hair, and he lost his strength. But the thing is, the strength was never in his hair. The strength was in Samson. God gave him strength. But because somebody told him that the strength could have been his mother, I don't know. You may know better than I do. But he always had the strength. Okay, and what you're supposed to take from that is, again, be careful what you give your power to. It's your power. So whatever external thing you give it to, it may work for you because you believe it to be coming from that external thing. For example, people give power to sage. They'll say, I need some sage to get the evil spirits out of my house. So I'm trying to see where your belief is and your faith is in whoever you believe in. If you don't believe in God, if you believe in yourself, why are you giving it to sage? Something that you have to buy. You're giving your power to something that you have to purchase. You know, so what if there is no more sage? You know, everybody is just out of sage. Now, what you think, the evil spirits is finna run rampant in your house? They're just gonna take over you completely? Like, are you gonna go crazy because you don't have any sage? Like, I'm just saying, I don't really know what people be thinking, but I'm not saying that anything is actually wrong with it, because it is your power, and whatever you decide to give it to, if it works for you, then I guess it's okay. But I'm just saying, you have to really be careful with that, because if you don't have that in your access, then what do you have then? So there are no evil spirits in your house, because now you're also giving power to something that you can't even see. You might be the only evil spirit in there, and you need to, do some soul searching and get yourself right, But no, if you believe in your higher power or whatever God that you pray to, then that's really all that you need. People give their power to crystals. Nothing is wrong with it. You can say, go all the way back to your ancestors. This is what they wore. That's fine. I love gold, and I believe my ancestors love gold. I mean, it's like royal to me. But I give it no power. It's just something that I love, But some people give crystals power. And a lot of times people will say that it's demonic. Everything is not demonic. I don't believe that it's demonic. I mean, things that people don't understand, they always want to demonize it. I don't think that it's demonic, but like I said, it holds no weight unless you give it some. If I get some crystals or put some in my house, it's because they are beautiful and they look pretty to me. But it's not because of anything that it could bring, like it's going to bring me luck or, good fortune or anything like that. I'm just not going to give it that much power. It's not happening. But if you do, and it works for you, then crystallize. I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying, just really be careful with that. God wants you to be careful with doing those things. He understands that we want to look for external things to pull from. Because if we had to do this all alone, like, how would that even look? Nobody wants to do anything just alone. We all need each other, and we need something to believe in, So we going with whoever sounds good to us, because we are always looking for somebody to believe in. But when you do that, just make sure that it's making you a better person. I say that all the time. What is it doing for you? That's all. Whoever. You don't even have to believe in it. You have atheists out there. I can learn from anybody. As God's children, we don't turn away from our brothers and sisters because of what they choose to believe in or not to believe in. We don't strong arm anybody. I want to learn from you. I want to see why. I want to know. I want to know why you don't believe in God. Who do you believe in? What does it do for you? Knowledge comes from everywhere, from everybody. As long as you're not causing havoc in this world, you are okay with God. As long as you're not out here unaliving people and mistreating people, and you know what I mean. I don't have to go through the whole thing. If you out here, if you're a good person and you're doing right, I don't want to say, for the atheists in your eyes, and then the eyes of God, or whoever eyes you want to be doing right in, at the end of the day, do right because you are a good person and you know that it's the good thing to do. This is finna go out. I only have a few more seconds, but I'm just going to say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Cliche, but it's so true. It's a Bible quote. True. That is true. But, okay, that was the message. I'll come back with more. But for now, much love.